Okay, in this video we're going to take a look at two different views of Ryan Krauser, two-time Olympic gold medalist and world record holder, indoor and outdoor shot put, using the rotational shot put technique. The right video here, he's just doing his wind up. See, his left arm goes all the way to 6 o'clock. He stretches that left leg all the way up, and the right foot is turned and fully extended. Turned up on the toe, heels facing the camera here. Let's watch as he drops down. And just, there he goes, he's dropping down and winding up to his right. Okay, so right here you can see he's extended his left leg. He's got the heel all the way up. The right leg's extended. He's got his left arm facing 3 o'clock and his shoulders are facing 3 o'clock. He's locked that right hip in, so he's created some separation here between his shoulders and his hips. Let's see on the left video. As he goes to the 3 o'clock direction, you can see how that left leg is extended. Comes up on the toe, points the heel and the out to the 9 o'clock, and the foot's facing 3 o'clock here. Left arm is long. He's really stretched himself out. Okay. And from here, see the right leg's extended up. Now he's going to drop it down. He's going to drop into the turn. Okay, right here, you can see his head is between his 2 feet, so he's balanced. Interesting thing here is I'm gonna put this vertical line right here in his right hip. You can see that as I move forward, he rotates around there. The hip does not move anymore to the left. And his shoulder, his armpit, usually you want to get right over here. So he's already right about here. He's already shifted his upper body a little bit over. So he's created this axis right here between his knee, his foot, and his armpit, where he's going to rotate into the circle. Okay, but his hip doesn't move any more further in. It just drops straight back into the circle there. Okay. For fast drive right into the middle. He drops the left knee down, turns the left foot. Now, interesting thing about his left foot is he does not stop it right here toward the along the left or right sector line. He keeps rotating it all the way to the throwing sector. Okay, so that's a continuous turn. Okay, I'm going to stop the camera right here. Now he's got his left arm toward the throwing direction. His right foot is extended toward the camera. So let's get the video on the right to the same step right here. So you can see how stretched out he is. He's got his shoulders level. He's got his left shoulder head of his left hip here. His knees down. His left foot, his left knee's down, and his left foot is pointing toward the throwing direction. He's got his left arm extended out here to 6 o'clock. His right leg is already extended. See, it was bent back here when it came off. Fully extended right there. Ready to make a nice, long, wide radius. Okay. Another thing to notice right here is just watch his right knee. It doesn't just turn in and come straight toward the camera. It goes outward. That keeps his knees apart. Okay, so he can create a nice, long, wide right leg sweep around. Okay. He comes around and it's kind of blurry, you can't really see it, but you can see from right here he's driving with the instep, the inside of his right foot inward into the circle. Okay. I want to point something out right here. I'm just going to kind of jump around. Here's the farthest his right foot goes into the circle. As it is, see, it's extended. Okay, and now he shortens it. See, he lets the knee overtake the foot. So the lower leg here, the shin becomes vertical. See right here, the shin is ahead, and now it's vertical. The foot becomes below the knee, so this makes a very fast rotation. You can see as he goes through the circle, it's nice and long and slow, and then it speeds up very quickly. That happens just like a figure skater, where they have the long arms, and then when they shorten them and bring them in, they rotate very fast. So you can see from here where the right foot is, watch how far it hooks and comes in. That's quite a bit of distance, all the way back into the center of the circle. Okay, so he's not just landing on that right foot. He's very aggressive. It's not a passive motion. He's hooking it, turning it inward. Okay, so don't just float through the circle and land to the front here, all right? You want to be actively moving that foot. Okay, next thing I want to look at is his left knee. Let's go to the lowest point of his left knee, drop right about there. So I'm going to put this horizontal line right here in his knee. Let's see how high it gets off the ground. That's about as high as it gets, right about there. You can see as he comes around, the left heel is low. It comes up a little bit, then it drops down. See that? I see almost every thrower do that. Drops down right there because he wants to have a good push off. Okay, now watch that left knee. See how it follows the line right there. It's staying. So he's not trying to jump upward. You can see that clearly. He's trying to get across the circle. The rotational aspect is that right leg. This left knee and foot is driving across the circle. Okay, he's right here. You can see that everything's facing toward the throwing sector. He's trying to drive across the circle. The right leg is creating the rotation. So you have both of those going on. Okay. That left leg does not extend fully. It comes off the ground. Watch the heel right there and then off. He doesn't straighten that left leg and try to push himself into the circle. Just the act of dropping that left knee down gives him a lot of drive into the circle. Okay. Next thing I want to look at is when this right foot lands. I'm going to put a vertical line right there through his hip and through the foot. Now watch how he rotates on that. This isn't like a glider where right here in single support he would be now shifting his hips forward. He's staying on that axis and he's rotating around it until the left foot comes down right here. Now he comes off the that vertical line. Okay, see how he rotates around it on that right foot. Okay, let's take a look at something on the left video here. Watch as the right foot lands. Hooks back in. See the toe doesn't just land facing 3. It actually hooks backward, it lands maybe about 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Now watch it rotate. It does not stop. The right foot continuously rotates. Okay. He's got that bent right leg. He's got the hip over the foot for a very fast rotation. Okay. Now let's take a look at where his body position is when this foot lands at 12 o'clock, right here. So the foot is now facing the camera, that's 12 o'clock. His hips are squared to the camera, but his shoulders, you can see, are turned toward 3, maybe 2 or 3 o'clock over here because of this left arm has wrapped back, keeping his shoulders back. His foot is right here, so it's also back here at 6 o'clock. Okay, and he's got his elbow back here towards 6 o'clock. So you can see he's got total separation between his shoulders and his hips. Hips are squared to the camera, shoulders are facing this way to 2 or 3 o'clock. Okay, I want to show you something else on this video on the right here. Okay, right here. See this angle he's created with his shoulders and that elbow? We're going to see that 2 more times. We're going to see that here with the left arm. This left arm comes out and it creates the angle of the release. Now we're going to see it again as he actually pulls through and releases. Okay, so we see that 3 times. We see it as he enters here, 1. See it again here with the left arm, 2. And then we see it again with the release, 3. Setting up that orbit is very important. So get the elbow up, come around, the left arm leads, sets the angle. You can't have that left arm coming down low. I mean, see how long it is too. See, it's not short, it's long, and then it shortens. So the left arm actually moves long, shortens here, then the wrap comes long and then shortens again into the release. Okay, let's take a look at this left arm again. I want you to see how this left arm works with the right leg and the left leg. Coming out of the back, the left arm pulls the right leg. See how they work together? Okay. Then, just as the right leg hooks around, watch the left arm is going to hook inward and wrap back as the right foot comes in. So they work together. They kind of like an accordion, they close together right there. Okay. And now as we come around, the left arm is going to work with the left foot. See that? They land together. The left foot will land, the left arm will be at the throwing direction. Okay? And now you're going to see the left arm shortened, and it works with the right leg turning. Right here. See how the left pulls in very quickly, it shortens, and the right turns, see the right knee and the foot turn to the front. Gets that right hip forward into the throw. Okay? So let's go over that again. Left arm, right leg, left arm, right leg, left arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, into the release. Okay, so right here, here's our cowboy position. Okay, he's got both knees facing outward. Want to make sure the left arm lands with the left foot to the front. And then right here, you see the hips are square to the front and the shoulders are square to the front. Now watch, the shoulder doesn't just stop there, the shoulder keeps moving. See how it moves forward? Okay, and you see the left arm block right there. The left arm doesn't move back. Here, let's put a line on it so you can see what I'm talking about. Here's his shoulders. Watch the left arm, won't go past that. Let me set it up to right to where that shoulder is. Okay, see how everything moves forward? There's the left shoulder. See, everything moves forward, not backwards, okay? So even though you see that elbow go back, the shoulder's actually continuing to move forward the whole time, okay? Now let's watch his right hip. Right hip right here. Now watch it keep moving forward. Okay? Now, this right foot, you probably think, he's here and he's got both legs bent. He's probably going to jump up into the air. But watch how close that right foot is to the ground. See how it just skims the surface and maybe goes 2 inches? He's not jumping in the air. He's got a bent leg and it stays bent. The finish is bent. Okay, that's so that can rotate around. Having that bent right leg creates this angle. He could sit back on that bent right leg. If it's straight, he would be vertical, right? Okay, so he's trying to rotate. He's trying to rotate around that left side. Now let's take a look at the video on the left here so you can see it better. Okay, see the right foot land and it's rotating. See the right knee is going forward. See the right heel is kicking outward. Watching the next thing. See, you can see it clearly here. This right heel is kicked out. The right knee is turned inward. He's trying to rotate. This right hip is going forward, trying to rotate this entire leg around this left side block. Okay? Very important. Now that hip's got to be in front, like it is there, before the shot gets out of his hand. You've got to drive that hip very strong right there before the shot's released. Okay, another good point right here is you can see his torso is vertical. He's got his head balanced right between his feet perfectly. Okay, there's no leaning to the left or to the right. See the left arm motion? Go circular. It's not pulling the left arm down or left shoulder downward. It's just moving in a circle. It's long and then shortens very quickly. Okay, here's the next point I want to bring up. You want to keep that shot against your neck as long as possible. Okay? right here, it'll come off the neck because it has to. You can see on the left photo here. Okay, right, the left video right here, the shot is still against his neck, but here it has to pull away. Okay, but it's close to his shoulder. It's not getting out in front of him yet. He wants to get everything into that throw first before he releases. So right here is the last moment before he's going to release. You see the shoulders are square to the front, the hips are square to the front. You don't want to get this arm too far ahead. You want to keep it close until this point. Now he releases. Okay. Another point we want to see right here on the left as he comes off. Okay, he's got the left foot, turns it toward the throwing direction, maybe even toward more the left sector line. Watch him come off. See how the left knee is down? It stays down. The left heel comes up right here. Both feet are in the air. You want that because that's when the lower body can actually move ahead of the upper body, because there's no friction. It can move freely here in the air. So you got to have both feet off the ground. You're not jumping up in the air. This is the sprint right here. See that right leg come around and then it bends. It's just like a sprinter right there. Okay, and make sure you land on the toes and keep rotating. Stay balanced. Right here, I see a lot of people at this point right here where they're leaning back. You can't do that. You got to be either here vertical or maybe a little bit leaning forward at the hips. And come around and right there. See his shoulders are level. He's just going to punch that shot right out. Okay, one last thing I want to point out here. You can see this angle of the shin. You can see the angle of his upper body match. Okay, you don't want to have this upper body too far forward or lean forward too much. You want it to be balanced just like this. Match the shin angle. Okay. Okay, that's just about all I had for Ryan Krauser. Very technically almost perfect thrower as far as I can see. All right, thank you.